Hello everyone, my name is Diego Alfonso and I am the host with the Florida Aviation Network. We are broadcasting free and in the clear from the Aerospace Discovery in the Florida Air Museum at the Sun and Fun Complex in Lakeland, Florida, during its 43rd annual Sun and Fun Fly-In and Exposition. Today, our guest is Steve McCaughey. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure to be here as always.
Did I say that right?
You did, McCaughey.
And just so you know, Steve is the executive director for the Seaplane Pilots Association. So we're going to talk a lot about airplanes, but airplanes that does a little bit different things than land planes. So we're looking forward to this. Steve, on my notes here I have Sea Pilot Association. What is it?
What do we do? Who are we?
Exactly.
Okay.
Just fill us in those details.
So the Seaplane Pilots Association is the primary advocacy voice of the water flying community. Our sole responsibility is to protect and promote seaplanes and seaplane flying. So we work with local, state, and federal government agencies to ensure the waterways are open, that we can physically fly on the waterways. But if there's ever a dispute about a pilot landing on or whether we want to open a waterway that may not be open, we get involved, and we're the advocacy organization that will lobby and try to educate the government officials to open that waterway. But beyond that, we work doing safety seminars and workshops, and we work with the insurance underwriters to make the community safer, to develop ways for our pilots to fly their seaplanes without getting into trouble.
Right.
How do we do this and prevent more incidents? We work with the manufacturers on developing new products for the aircraft. So it's an exciting place to be.
Oh, I mean, I love seaplanes. I mean, I love airplanes, all kinds of airplanes. But seaplanes, we just returned from Alaska a couple months ago. Oh my God!
Yeah, Nirvana for seaplanes.
Every shape, every size. A lot of power, very little power.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
They are. Lake Hood in downtown Anchorage is the largest seaplane base in the world. As a matter of fact, I'll be up there twice in the next 6 weeks. I go up there week after next, and then come back for a week, and then I go back for a week, because it's the second largest population of seaplanes in the world, but it's the highest density of seaplanes in the world. Actually, though, it's funny. We have more seaplane pilots here in the state of Florida than Alaska has.
No
We're
kidding.
the #1 state in the country.
Yeah, and you know, the thing that really struck me was that the seaplane over there is like people travel and like we do on buses, we do on buses. No, I'm waiting for the 9 o'clock that is going to. I mean, it's just unbelievable. They're all over the place.
Yeah, it's the primary mode of transportation for people in Alaska.
Yes.
You have great distances. You have very few roads.
Yeah.
There's only one primary road that loops around the interior of Alaska.
Exactly.
People don't realize that. Many of the places you go down to Ketchikan, you can't even get to by road.
No. We were there, by the way.
Okay.
Love the place. We also would like to inform our audience that getting a seaplane rating is not too difficult.
No, it's not. For most people, depending on their pilot skills, in 2 to 3 days, if their pilot skills are good, they can fly 5, 6, 7 hours, learn the basic requirements that they need to get the rating, and there is no written test, which is really nice. There is a practical test, a flying test, and an oral test, but no written test. But in 3 days of flying, if you really concentrate on it, if you prepare well before you go in there, you can get your seaplane rating. And only 3% out of 600,000 pilots, there's only 26,000 seaplane pilots. So it puts you in a small club. It puts
That's
you
correct.
in a pretty unique category of pilots. And it counts as a BFR because it's a rating.
Right.
And it also will increase your stick and rudder skills in most pilots.
Okay. And so the process, if I'm a private pilot, what is it I got to do?
Private pilot, come see us at the booth in
Okay.
Hangar C.
Okay.
But we have some books that we can get you started with that are very easy reads. We have a wonderful videotape that will help you learn what you need to know to walk in the door at the seaplane training facility. But there are 100 seaplane schools around the country. We have a wonderful app for our members that you can pick the type of aircraft that you want to train in and the state and the kind of ratings that you want to do. And it'll tell you where the schools are that you're looking for, how much the program costs, how to get a hold of them, and other specifics about their program.
And are the costs of this outrageous, or are they on the affordable line?
The average person will probably spend less than $2,500 doing their seaplane rating, so it's one of the most affordable ratings you can do.
That's right. And if you're going to fly, fly for a rating.
Yeah. You know, it's time for a BFR. You're going to spend several $100s getting your BFR in most cases anyway. Why not go do a rating?
Exactly. And get additional structure, get another skills that come into the play that will help the overall flying skills that you already have.
Yeah. And if you really want to up the ante. So again, I really stress these numbers: 600,000 pilots in the United States. There's less than 2,500 multi-engine seaplane pilots.
No kidding.
So if you really want to become an elite pilot, go get your multi-engine seaplane rating, and there's only a couple places you can do it. We have 2 here in Florida, thankfully, but really gives you a lot of bragging rights, and again,
Yes.
you're going to have a very unique skill. You're going to have a very enjoyable time getting the rating.
I got a very good friend and a former FAA colleague. His name is Ben Coleman, and he's restoring a CB.
He is. Yes, he is.
That's an impressive airplane, something that they've been working for a while on it, and you look at that thing and it's going back in time, you know? And it really, you look at that airplane and it looks like it was ahead of its time, because the design and everything else proved to be a very effective seaplane.
Yes.
For
That's a great aircraft. So the CB is very rugged. Number one, it's very roomy. It's a very large airplane, very roomy cockpit, and it's a very durable. It'll take larger waves than most seaplanes will of its size.
Right.
It's a great airplane. We have one here at the show.
Okay,
Ed
well,
Teos.
We'll have, you hear that? They have one here at the show. And that's really an airplane that you want to see. Now, I got my seaplane rating now. What do? Is that something that is really enjoyable? Something that I can go places? What are the places that I can go?
Well, you joined the Seaplane Pilots Association, number one, and then we'll plug you in to the rest of the water flying community. And right now, we have events all over the country. Last night, we even took a group of the Seaplane Pilots go-karting, and the editor of the magazine won. He beat me. I was number 2. But last October, we took 30 members to Lake Como, Italy. And in 5 days, we flew their aircraft over there, 80 hours.
Oh my God.
Flying seaplanes, looking at the Swiss Alps in beautiful Lake Como, Italy. And great flying. So we're doing more and more adventures like that. I even got married in a seaplane in flight.
Oh my God.
Over the Grand Canyon in a Grumman Albatross. So there's a lot you can do with it. Generally, in almost every state in the United States, you can find an operator that you can go flying with. And you can even find some tremendous bargains out there. I just bought a 1946 Cessna 140 with a big engine, 145 horsepower engine, so it has lots of power, for $25,000.
Oh my God.
So you can get into this without spending a lot of money.
Exactly. And today, the prices of airplane are skyrocketing.
Ridiculous. They're crazy. They're just so cost prohibitive. But I own 2 aircraft. I have a Cessna 120 that I've had for 20 years that I bought for $14,500. and I've got a float plane, a straight float plane, that I bought last year for $25,000. So for less than the cost of the very bottom Sea Ray, a 19-foot Sea Ray boat, I have 2 airplanes.
That's correct. That's correct. You know, the Bahamas are somehow working together with Sun and Fun, and they're even scheduling an air show and a fly out to, I believe it's Freeport or Nassau in May. But they have a commercial, and it's a caravan, and lands right on a deserted island. I mean,
I took my wife. We flew a Cessna 206 out of Fort Lauderdale and landed at Bimini in the water for her birthday. So for my wife's birthday flight, we went out to Bimini for the weekend in a Cessna 206 and lived.
How great is that, huh?
It's wonderful. I mean,
it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah. It was funny because she was watching TV last night and the airplane was on, so the airplane was used for the movie Fool's Gold with Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson. And now Tropic Ocean Airways owns it and operates it out of Fort Lauderdale. And so here she was watching on TV, on the movie, the airplane that we flew for her birthday out to Bimini. So.
And I bet you can swim, I mean, you can fish out of the thing.
You can fish, you can scuba dive or skin dive. Pull right up on the beach at Bimini and right in front of the
spot the coral heads.
Yes.
And it didn't waste any time, with a boat. There they are. There we go. Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
There's actually the largest shark research facility in the world is in Bimini, and it's a breeding ground for the sharks. And so we actually go out there and volunteer with the nonprofit out there that does the shark research.
Perfect.
And use our seaplanes to do that.
Perfect. Now, in my notes here, I have, it says like this. It says, exciting new headquarters project. So tell us a little about that, because we're about to run out of time.
Yes, so we are working on a brand new exciting project to build a world-class headquarters for the Seaplane Pilots Association. Right now, we're based here on the Sun and Fun grounds year-round. So we live here, even when the air show is not here. But we've signed a 50-year lease over at Winter Haven Airport, just 15 minutes away. And we're going to build a fully functional seaplane base and 18,000 square foot world headquarters and education outreach facility similar to what we're in here.
Right.
And we'll be the future home of the Sun and Fun Seaplane Splash-In and the Seaplane Banquet that goes on during the show. And we'll be hosting, again, more educational, more industry events. We'll have the Boy Scouts coming and camping and doing a Seaplane Merit Badge that we're developing for the Boy Scouts. So this headquarters project is really going to take our advocacy and our outreach to the general public to a whole nother level. It's going to be wonderful.
That is great. And speaking to the Splash-In, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, if you're a pilot and you haven't seen this, you have to. I mean, whether you're a seaplane pilot or not, it's just a great. It's a great event. I mean, it gets your adrenaline going. You know.
We had 50 airplanes there at Tavares last weekend. We did the Splash-In the weekend before the show, and 50 aircraft, everything from a Kodiak turbine on amphibs down to J3 Cubs and Sea Rays. So it was a wonderful event.
Steve, I had a great time. That time went like that.
It sure did.
I'm really glad that you were able to share all that information with our flying audience. And we're going to see you again next year.
Absolutely.
So wish you lots of luck with the new project.
Okay.
And good luck and stay safe.
I will. Thank you.
And to our viewers out there on cyberspace or TV land, this is Diego Alfonso signing off with the Florida Aviation Network.